Hello drone racers, I'm Mark and today on Drone Racer 101 we're going to take another look at the BabyHawk-R. This drone went from bad to okay, and maybe we can make it great this time? Maybe? Let's try. As everybody and their brother suggested, I'm going to install 2.5-inch arms. Some people suggested going to 3-inch, but I couldn't actually find 3-inch arms. You can get the whole 3-inch drone, but the 3-inch arms I didn't see. So these are 2.5. I got these on Amazon. I'll post a link down below if you want to try this. We'll see, because it comes with not just the arms. It also came with a set of props. So I got some other props and it came with these. I don't know if they're any good. I guess we'll find out. It also came with motor protectors and probably most interestingly, something else. This is basically just a TPU printed shield for the ESCs, because I know some people have mentioned the problem with mine may be either the screws are shorting out on the motors or the ESC can short out on the frame. Now I think if it was the ESC on the frame, it would just be a melt of sludge at this point. I did use a multimeter to check the motor screws the same way that I did on the Lizard when I posted that video. For a while the Lizard was definitely shipping with that problem, but I believe that's been corrected, and I don't think I have that issue here, but it just doesn't seem to fly right. So let's just try 2.5-inch props and see if we can make it magic. Now I don't want this to be a 30-minute video of taking out screws, so I'm not going to do that to you. Instead we'll just time-lapse this and I'll show you anything relevant. So here's one thing I just noticed. The screw, this screw here that holds the stack in is just about ready to fall out. It probably would fall out if I let it. Now, could that be causing any of my problems? Because I've heard the problems come when you go to just put a couple extra turns in these and all of a sudden you've got a short here. So I don't know. So there we go, there's a comparison between the stock 2-inch and the third party, I guess you call them, 2.5-inch. Thickness is exactly the same, so that seems okay. Now if that was all I was gonna do, it would actually make this really easy just to slide that in there, although how do you get the nuts in place? Kind of interesting, that's a lock nut. I think I've got a socket that'll fit that. Not that one. That's where these tool sets are just really handy. Just kind of sad at this point. So I will remove all the screws from the stack. Put this shield in, and I believe if you want to do this and keep it a 2-inch, you can do so. You can just print this yourself in TPU. Yeah, they did a really good job. This just is made to fit right over there and just provide a layer of non-conductive protection. So if you take this apart, there are these little clear washers that I think are probably just there to help hold the screws in place. I don't think they are providing any insulation. I don't think you need it because these standoffs are rubber already. It just makes it easier to take apart. That's my guess anyway. So now we just put it all back together. The big advantage of this is now I don't have to worry quite as much about how far I tighten down these screws. If I get them too far, I'm not going to short out the ESC and ruin the whole thing. Okay, I was afraid for just a minute the wires weren't going to be long enough. Hopefully, yeah. They made it, yeah. All of them are going to be able to stretch out far enough to reach. Then the question is going to be, what do I do with the extra? I'll probably have to tape them down. So they included these TPU mounts, and they're kind of like soft mounts for here. It's a little extra protection, I guess, but really I think it's to provide a little soft mounting for the motor. So I'm going to go ahead and try those. They also included screws because you'll need longer screws if you're doing that. Ugh, they included Phillips screws though, that's awful. That's super annoying. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So what I probably should have done is slide some heat shrink over here before I put the motor on and then heat shrink these two, but I didn't, and I'm not gonna take these back off. So I'll just stick some electrical tape on there, but I think, there we go. We're ready to go. I'm gonna try this and make sure I didn't put a motor on the wrong place or something before I put props on it. Okay, that looks good. So the props they included with this are actually GemFan Flash 2540s, which are probably the perfect option for this. Pro tip, if you have to tape down your wires, do it before you put your props on. There we go. It looks a little funny. It's definitely a stretch X now. It's almost kind of like a stretch H. It's definitely not a true X, that's for sure, but I'm really excited. Let's see what happens now. Okay, 2.5 inch props. Ooh, it's quick. I mean, it was quick before, that wasn't really the problem. Hello. It still just seems to jitter a little bit. Okay, I'll take it. All right, let's try FPV and see how it goes. All right, we'll arm here. I don't know if there are any golfers out today or not. There should be. So let's see, where's my voltage? There we go, 3.5 volts. Now this is with the battery I had problems with the first time. I had no idea where it was. I have no VTX antenna. So now I'm on the 3S 650 battery. Everything's been fixed. I just did a flight with a 550, which I failed to record. So we're gonna do it again. There we go. So it still sounds, it's still very loud, and there's still some noise in the video. Come on. At least it is recoverable. It is possible. This thing is fast. It seems way faster with these props. Way more agile. I still hate the sound of it. It's quieter. It's a much better good neighbor drone this way. And we don't go in the pond. But it still just rattles. The motors rattle. And maybe I've got something wrong with one of mine. Maybe my PIDs are off. I don't know. The performance is good. The motors don't get hot. It can take a hit. That's like the 4th hit I've had that it has recovered from. So that's good. My motor or my props are still okay. I still have video this time though. So it's good. It's way better. Definitely better on 2.5 inches. But not as good as I want it to be. It's still, if you have one, definitely do this upgrade. But I'm just not in love with this. Maybe, like I said, it's mine. I know other people love this drone. They love it. I don't love it. I'm sorry. That could have gone badly. I'm on. Nope. So I've got to say, I'm super impressed with the durability of this thing. All I've done is bend a prop a little bit. These got bent down just a little bit, and that's an easy fix. Flight-wise, mine's not perfect. I know a lot of people have a lot more success with mine. I don't know what it is. So it's not a short anywhere now. I've confirmed that. It's not a short underneath. It's not a short on the motors. Those have all been replaced. Whether I've just got a wonky motor or the timing's off a little bit. The next step I would probably do is update Betaflight and BL Heli to see how that does. And I may give that a shot just because I want this to be good. And it's kind of okay at this point. It's a lot better. I like it a lot better with these 2.5-inch props, but it's still not what I want it to be. But if you do have a 2-inch EMAX BabyHawk-R, definitely upgrade it to 2.5 inches. I think that makes a huge difference. And a couple people mentioned there is room for 3-inch props on here, potentially. It's a little hard to get 3-inch props, I think, with this. I'm not sure which model that would be that use the 2 screws still. Usually when you get to 3 inches, you were using a nut on top. But if you found this useful, leave a like and a comment down below. And are we done? Are we done with this, or do you want to see more? Do you want to see the update video? Will that resolve it? I don't know. So until next time, remember, while I appreciate the manufacturers that include rubber pads on their drones already, I am going to start taking them off and putting on my own because every one of them is garbage. Coming soon to Drone Racer 101, the battery pads that I use because they work way better than this.